All right, Esper Lantern Control here, featuring Urza, Lord High Artificer, some Whir of Invention, and the Thopter Foundry Sword of the Meek combo. So we've been playing Abzan Lantern a lot, and I kind of wanted to brew something with Urza and the Thopter Sword combo. This iteration's been played in the past with Urza, Whir, and the combo here. We've tried it once in the past, which you can find in one of my Lantern playlists. So let's start with our mana base and we'll go from there. So we have Academy Ruins here, which lets us put any artifact that is either countered or that we mill with a mill effect. This is important against counter decks because if we need to get down a bridge or just some more Lantern or Shredder effects, we can kind of keep like looping our deck. It also helps when we're trying to filter our deck. We can put anything in the yard and kind of get it back later as long as it's an artifact. It also helps against mill where we can kind of loop an artifact at our upkeep each time so that to prevent us from being milled out. For our fast lands, we have Darkslick Shores and Seacrim Coast. This is to help with the heavy blue focus with our Whir. And then we have our Rainbow lands with Glimmer Void, Spire of Industry, our basics. I went with one of each basic. I'm not sure if that's 100% correct, but I wanted to try that. Just again, we're brewing, we're experimenting. We're not 100% sure there. And then lastly, we have the best card in the deck, which is Urza Saga. This can make a bunch of construct tokens, which is like a different way of winning the game when we can't just Lantern and Shredder them. We can just beat them down. This is especially good against control decks, but it also helps against Chalice on one and lets us find our lock pieces a lot easier. This version is also running Bauble. It helps us turn on our Rainbow lands turn one, so that way we can Inquisition and Thoughtseize. There probably will be some iterations where I board out all my Baubles and see where that takes us. We have our full sets of Shredder, Lantern of Insight, 2 Pixis, 1 Pithing Needle, and 1 Spellbomb. So I see a lot of us running like Ghoulcaller's Bell. I don't think that's necessary. If you want to like replace one mill effect with it, you can. It does play better around Pithing Needle because if they name Shredder, that means you only have Pixis to kind of go about. So maybe it's better, but I haven't tried it and I haven't had too much of a problem anyway. The flex spots that you'll see here are Spellbomb and Pithing Needle. So sometimes you'll see more flex spots here, like the Underworld Cookbook, another Pithing Needle, and an extra Graveyard Hate card. But because we're testing out these cards, we had to limit it to just 2 flex spots here. And also because we're running these high-end cards, these top CMC cards, we are running 2 Talismans of Progress to try to ramp us into them. 4 mana is a lot for this deck, and if you are planning on running these 4 cards specifically, you definitely need some mana rocks. Talisman also helps with Blood Moon and helps us cast Prismatic Ending a little easier and just kind of color fixes us if we don't have our Rainbow lands. We have our set of 4 Ensnaring Bridges, which is standard. Ensnaring Bridge is also the best card in the deck. 3 Prismatic Ending for removal. This is important against Engineered Explosives, Wrenn and 6, Ragavan, just any early creatures, even like Pithing Needle on Codex Shredder. Pretty much anything. It's pretty flexible. And then finally, we have Urza, which Urza is fantastic. It creates a construct token when it comes into play. It lets us have all our artifacts for blue mana, and it pairs well with Thopter Foundry and Sword of the Meek. So these 3 are an infinite combo. If you can get all 3 into play, you pretty much win the game. You get infinite life, infinite mana, infinite card draw. It's pretty sweet. Online, it can be a pain in the ass, so hopefully your opponents scoop if you get the combo. Whir Invention helps us find our combo pieces here, but it can also find some lock pieces if need be. This also gets around Chalice of the Void on 1, which is pretty important, and you'll see a lot of Chalices in the upcoming games here. As for our sideboard, again, we're brewing, we're workshopping here. We have 2 Fatal Push for small creatures, Dauthi Voidwalker for Graveyard Hate, Necromentia. I'm trying one of Necromentia here. This is for Tron. Any combo-esque decks that this just kind of hopefully wins if you cast it. Chalice of the Void for Cascade, Void Mirror for Cascade and colorless decks. We have 2 Unlicensed Hearse for graveyard decks, Torp Orb for ETB effects, always 2 Spellskite minimum for protection. Prismatic Ending is everywhere, and Welding Jar doesn't protect against Prismatic Ending. So you definitely want Spellskites in there to redirect any targeted removal. 1 Damage Sphere for Tron or big mana, and then an extra Pithing Needle. A lot of the decks that you run into where you want Pithing Needles, you want like 4, which again, you'll see later on in the video. We just want so many, but 2 is like good enough for now. So I know I talked a lot there. There's a lot to unpack. Feel free to leave any comments if you have any questions about any of the choices I've made. If you have any suggestions, I would love to hear them in the comments below. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to hit that subscribe button and let's get into the gameplay. All right, game 1 of Lantern. I think we're going to keep this hand. It has 2 lands. It has some of our combo, some hand disruption here with Darkslick Shores, and some bridges for protection. So I think it's pretty good. Opponent mulligan to 6. They mulligan to 5. Kind of scary because usually when you see that, you assume it's like Tron or something like that. They keep 5. They lead on Spire Bluff, Otherworldly Gaze. So this is Dredge. They got a Creeping Chill and an Archamoeba. Hopefully this Thoughtseize can hit either Cathartic Reunion or is it Thrilling? Pretty good Dredge for them. Darkslick Shores. Yeah, let's hopefully we hit their Cathartic here. Nothing. So we're gonna take Dark Blast, unfortunately. Kind of a brick. Now they get the mill Dark Blast, or they get the Dredge Dark Blast. Yeah, that we help them out there. Hopefully we can make it to turn 3 and slam this bridge down. So they attack with these 2. We go down to 11. Yeah, that Thoughtseize, it could have been amazing, but it ended up not being that. And we're drawing lands, which is gonna definitely punish bridge because we're not gonna be able to empty our hand fast enough here. Let's just dump our 1-drops. Play Shredder, play Pixis here, and then we're just gonna pass. We're gonna go to at least 4. They're probably going to gaze end of turn here. I don't think we're going to be fast enough to empty our hand. That's the sad part. Because they have a bunch of Creeping Chills. They flashback gaze. They hit a chill. So this is one of the decks where if you don't have the immediate graveyard hate, then you just lose. So we're going to take 4. We'll play it out. There's no reason not to. We're going to go to 4. They have 2 more chills, and they can just dredge a lot, and I don't really know how we're getting out of this here, especially with the way we're drawing. We'll play out Darkslick Shores. Yeah, we can't even... Yeah, we just lose. We can't even play out Talisman into something. That stinks. Well, at least we have a lot of graveyard hate against Dredge. So we have 2 Dolthies here. We have 2 Unlicensed Hearse and a Welding Jar. Because they do bring in Artifact hate. Could even contemplate Spell Skite, but what's not good here? Thoughtseize, definitely not. Inquisition can be good to hit there. Like we said, Cathartic and things like that. Pithing Needle's not very good. Let's see what this looks like. 61. Talisman's kind of slow. Ending's not that good. I'd rather have Spell Skites. Being on the play should be a lot easier. Yes, we'd like to be on the play. So this is a 1-lander. It's pretty good otherwise, but we can't keep a 1-lander on 7. All right, we'll keep this. We'll put back Whir. They start with the Gemstone Caverns. That's kind of scary. But we're going to definitely Thoughtseize them. We probably should have just played the Swamp and not like risk. There's no reason not to play the Swamp. So we'll Inquisition them. So this is the Thrilling Discovery. Ugh. So this is why we play the Swamp here, because now we have to take Thrilling Discovery. If they Ancient Grudge us, we just lose our land. But at least they're wasting it on Jar. That was like definitely a mistake. We should have played the Swamp there. Maybe they won't see it, but that's definitely not good. Wow, they top decked another one. I mean, at least we get to keep our Glimmer Void here. And they bend Grudge, so that means we get to eat that for free. So that kind of worked out. I think they should have wastelanded us for sure. So we'll play Urza Saga out. We'll play out Hearse, and we're definitely going to eat their stuff right away. Eat their Grudge, and do we eat their Prize Amalgam or Otherworldly Gaze? Probably Prize Amalgam, because that's like one of their threats. The Gaze, they can flash that back, but that could be anything, while Prize Amalgam is like an already almost on-board threat. So at least we have Welding Jar for Unlicensed Hearse. They might have even drawn another one, a 2 red for Cathartic. Okay. They hit a Chill and an Ox and an Ancient Grudge. Ox, Ancient Grudge. Okay. So they're probably going to flash that back. We're going to have to Welding Jar that. And then we're definitely going to have to eat their Ox. They went to go do it and then stopped. Okay, they let us untap. We draw a land, not very good. So we're going to eat their Ox, and I think Thug is the only... Yeah, we'll get Thug out, because if we go to Ancient Grudge, so that's what they're waiting for. Once we go to eat their Grudge, they're just going to activate it. So we'll take their Thug. And if they want to, they can Ancient Grudge this, but we'll save it. I don't know. I mean, I guess they were just waiting to see if we would eat that or not, which is fair. I'll play at the island and pass. So now we can start making constructs, kind of get the beat down on. They don't have anything to dredge. They can gaze and then dredge, which is what they're going to do here. So they gaze. Hopefully they don't hit any dredgers. They put ley lines. They put like everything in the graveyard. They didn't hit anything good. So they actually take a draw step here. They play a land, crack it, blue, flashback again, hit Narcomoeba, just Narcomoeba. We're getting very lucky that we're able to scoop up their stuff and they're not hitting very well. All right, so we'll make a construct here. Hopefully we can draw better, but at least we'll get... All right, there's a Shredder. We'll make another construct, and hopefully... What can we get here? We can get Spellbomb to play it safe. We might get Spellbomb. Let's just get Spellbomb here. We have the Shredder. We could get Lantern and kind of have a small lock, but I think having like 2 forms of this is important. They also have nothing in their graveyard for us to eat with her, so we can hold this up. And there's no point in crewing this to get in for 4. So we'll pass here. They have nothing to dredge, so they have to take a draw step. They play Portable Hole. That's really annoying. Do they target us? Let's eat their... There's really nothing important to eat. We'll just eat their 2 Thrillings. So that's good that we got extra graveyard protection because of this. We do have like 1 prismatic ending for this. Okay, so they pass. They don't do anything. Another Shredder. So we'll just play out everything. Play out that, play out Shredder. Just make our constructs big. They're going to have to deal with them eventually. They block 1, go down to 13, and we'll just pass, send it back. So far it's looking good. If they hit anything good, we can crack Spellbomb and draw a card. But we can, oh my god, another Portable Hole. They're top decking pretty well, huh? Okay, so we're going to obviously eat their graveyard, but now they can kind of pop off here. We're drawing a land too. We are not drawing very well. We actually should have shredded also. That was a mistake. It looks like they don't have anything either. So they're just like top decking Portable Holes here. Thopter Foundry, okay. So we'll play that to increase our artifact count. We'll attack. We can also start eating this to increase our clock because we can turn these into Thopters, which will keep our constructs just as big. So we gotta hope they don't. Okay, good. Man, so they got pretty fortunate top decking these, but I guess they didn't draw anything else otherwise. Prismatic ending might be better for the holes, but I don't know what else to take out. Talisman's fine. Maybe like a Pix. Actually, we like Pixis. Take out a Shredder for a Pixis because this doesn't actually put it in the graveyard. The Shredder's not as good, but I did like having the Welding Jar. All right, we have 4 lands, which is kind of on the high end, but we do have Curse, Skite for protection, and then Sword, which is not the greatest. But we will keep this hand. Turn 2 Curse is slow, but hopefully it'll be good enough. This is a pretty tough matchup. They're just like really fast, and while we have like a lot of graveyard hate, if they're faster than we can actually put that out, then it's not as good. Run it mulligan to 5. Keep Leyline. So Leyline protects against Spellbomb, but it doesn't protect against Hearse. So we'll play out Darkslick Shores into Pixis and pass the turn. So now they'll probably... Oh, wow, they didn't... We'll Pixis here. It doesn't put it into their graveyard. This also affects like Otherworldly Gaze if they try to keep something on top. And Snaring Bridge is pretty good. So we're going to play out... Because they didn't do anything on turn 2, we're going to assume they don't have anything, and we're going to play out Spellskite. This could be a mistake. We might want to get Unlicensed Hearse out, but we want to get out... Because they're not doing anything, we want to get out the protection first before we put out the hate piece. Okay, so they played Steam Vents, tapped, and now they're playing Narcomoeba, just hardcasting Narcomoeba. Interesting. It's kind of like some desperation right there. Shredder. So this is tough because they're not putting anything in the graveyard for us to eat with Hearse, but we want to get the Hearse down, but they could just like have nothing. I think we have to... I'd rather get the Hearse down and play Shredder, and we'll hold Bridge as just like another, just kind of like lock piece here. And then we'll Shredder them end of turn and eat it with Hearse. They tap for blue, black, black. Okay, they're just hard casting. They're just on like the hard cast plan, I guess. They're gonna get in for 1, I guess. So end step. So we actually can't target them with Shredder. I just realized that, which is fine. We can just Pixis them. Like we win this game without milling them. So it's totally fine. Coast comes in tapped. So we'll play that first. Actually, let's just play out, we'll just play out Bridge now and we'll pass. So they can keep getting it for 1 until they get rid of our Bridge here. We will Spellskite, protect the Bridge. So they're just going to keep attacking. We don't have anything for this Leyline here. We have 2 prismatic endings, but that's about it. And it's funny that we did board out the Shredder too. That's another reason to board that out, is so I wonder if we should start milling ourselves to eat with Shredder. We kind of wanted that. This could be incorrect to tap Hearse, because then they can do stuff here like instant speed gaze, but it doesn't look like they did. That's a good draw. More protection's always good. So I'll play out Welding Jar, play out Sword, and we'll play... And now they're pretty locked. They're going to need a lot to get through this. If we can get Thopter Foundry, then we just win. So they can't attack. We have Graveyard Hate. We have Protection. They're very fortunate that they have this, or else we'd be milling them and eating it. And play out another Darkslick Shores, and I guess pass. I'm not even going to bother tapping this, just on the off chance that they have Gaze and they try to do some instant speed stuff. So they just pass through their turn again. We need some action here. We're not drawing anything. We can't have 6 either because we need to have protection up. And I guess we could equip this, but it's not going to make a difference. They play City of Brass. They tap City of Brass, blue, black. Are they casting another Amalgam? 4 mana. Just straight up Creeping Chill. Okay. So they're going to need to draw a bunch of those if they want to win. And we milled our of course we milled our Inventor's Fair, so we can't gain life. We're drawing terribly. Yeah, you never want to draw this many lands. We're really flooding here. Drawing 8 lands. So we'll send it back. They play another land too. I don't know what the 4 cards in their hand could be. It could just be creatures and they're just holding them. Bauble. We'll bubble at their upkeep, so that way we don't draw the card on their turn. Oh, we can't even... well, I guess we have to target ourselves because of Leyline. All right, we're drawing Academy. That's actually pretty good. Now we can start milling ourselves, now that we know what we're... Portable Hole. Okay. That's annoying. And we can't switch that. Oh, wait, we can switch that. Yeah. So Portable Hole will come in, eat our Spellskite. Yeah, they're just... I think they run like a set of those. Oh, wait, we just... we're so dumb. Actually, it's fine because we don't really want to draw that, I guess. I mean, we could cycle Baubles. Oh, there's a good draw. Okay, now we're in business here. Now we can Whir for Thopter Foundry. X equals 2. Go get Thopter Foundry. Sack Sword. Always yield. Do that. Yeah, now they are... Now they can't possibly win. We'll hold up an activation just in case. But it sucks is that because we milled over Academy Ruins, if they Portable Hole this, we're kind of screwed. So it's sort of a mistake. But also we're holding this land so that way we can attack. So sack Sword. And we get to attack with this once we draw a card here. Get in combat. Attack for 4. They didn't jump. We'll play this out and pass. So we could have played out Spire, I guess, and made an extra Thopter. That probably would have been smarter. They play another land. It does look like they're flooding out, but like we already flooded out, so we'll make a bunch of Thopters here. Make it this a Thopter, sack this. I can't see them coming back from this though. They're not auto yielding, so I feel like they have something. I'm not sure what, unless that's just the way they play. Keep sacrificing sword, make a bunch of Thopters. I'm just gonna hold up 1 mana. I don't know what that would matter, I guess. They don't really have any exile effects. All right, Spellbomb doesn't target them. So we'll begin combat, attack with everything. They have to chump this. Oh, they just took it. Okay, nice. Thopter combo got there. All right, match 2, we're on the play this time. And this hand has a lot of ramp with no payoff. We have a bridge, or we have a lantern here. Bauble could be anything. We have ramp. We'll try it. This can always go get something too. It's not the greatest hand, but it's something. Let's lantern here. We see a bridge. We see a Ganjo. So this could be control or it could be like taxes. Silent clearing. So bridge is going to be good against this. Okay. I mean, that's annoying, but we don't want to draw with Bauble yet. We want to try and empty our hand. So we'll play out Spire here. Probably should have just played out Fair just for the life gain. We'll pass because we want to play out Talisman, but we don't want them to draw a card. Okay, so it is Hammer. This is like a tricky matchup because they can get through our bridge here with Ornithopter, and this gets Ornithopter. So they play Stoneforge out, they get Nettle Cyst, attack for 1. We're just gonna hold this again, draw that, play out Fair, or play out Talisman, right? Yeah, we'll play out Talisman here. I guess they can draw the land. Oh, I'm stupid. Well, we would have had to pay. Yeah, we should have paid. I forgot that we had this as mana, so that was silly of me. Okay, so we have like a soft lock here. There's Paladin. We don't want them drawing Paladin. Plating can be instant speed. That's kind of annoying too. We are drawing another lantern. Yeah, this is tough because if they get the Ornithopter and Cranial Plating, they just swing for lethal. We'll make them shuffle that and pass. So they're gonna play Inkmoth out. We'll definitely get the bridge down next turn. Springleaf Drum. They attack for... I'm going to Bauble them. Another land on top. Okay. So they're just going to put Nettle Cyst into play. Seachrome Coast. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 mana, 5 mana. So we'll play Bridge, pay to prevent, and then play Lantern out. Thoughtseize. I think Thoughtseize is okay. They're going to put in Nettle Cyst, it looks like. Oh, they're just going to make Constructs. Okay. They draw that. That's fine. That's fine. This is going to go away anyway. They're going to float 1, probably go get a Hammer. Or Ornithopter. Yeah. This is like the tough part here. This is where we need Prismatic Ending. They swing in for 1. Again, I don't mind drawing the Thoughtseize. Maybe we hit something relevant. They could play something this turn, but it doesn't even look like they are. We gain a life. There's Prismatic Ending. Nice. We'll play out this land. Pay a life. Thoughtseize them. Pay 1. Shadow Spear and Steel Shaper's Gift. We're gonna take the gift here. I wonder why they didn't use that. So they don't have any instant speed equips, which is good. And we'll just send it back. They will draw a Silent Clearing. All right, we can't do anything about that. We can make them sack a Silent Clearing, I guess, which is what they're gonna do. Oh, they didn't. Wow, okay. Gain a life here. Draw that. So we know their hand is... They have 4 cards in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4 maybe? Their hand their hand's all lands and like an artifact. We're gonna exile this Thopter though. Pay 1. We just really want more Shredder effects. All right, we'll send it back. They draw planes. We don't really want this bridge, so we're gonna mill it. Inquisition. We also don't want that. Let's sacrifice Inventor's Fair and go get... maybe that could have been a little presumptuous because now we can't get like one of the swords or the foundries depending on what we draw. But because we have kind of the lock, I think we go get the Shredder here. We could also get Pithing Needle 4 or something else, but I think we're kind of ahead here. Don't really want to draw this land either. Okay, we'll draw this land. That helps us with the tax here. See, now we draw Whir, and we could have gotten the combo that way. But it's okay. Definitely fine to draw Whir here, though. They can draw another plains. They have 2 silent clearings, so they can draw whatever they want. They draw another plains. Okay, they're just flooding out them. Pretty good for us. We will draw the Whir and Urza. So we want to draw Urza. So we're not going to Whir here. They draw plains. Well, Saga over. They can draw Memnite. They can draw Hammer. We're just keeping them off of like cranial plating and ornithopters, depending on how many they have. Okay, they didn't even bother to attack. That's pretty good for us. Another prismatic ending. So we have 2 cards in hand. We're gonna slam down Urza here, and then we can 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We'll think on it because we can Whir for anything here. We can always hold it in hand and just see. There's Steel Shaper's Gift and equipment. We'll mill that because we got to mill them anyway. Paladin. Maybe they want to draw that. 2, 3, 4. For Whir, that's tough. Let's tap some things here. Shuffle and spin here. We can't play Saga because that can go get something. And I guess we'll pass. Don't know what Saga can get them. It might get them Needle. I don't know. Maybe we just mill it. Okay, they can draw planes here. Definitely have to be aware of the clock here. We're kind of thinking a little too much. There's a lot to think about. Okay, they can draw Sentinel. That's fine. Sigarda's Aid. Okay, we'll mill over Sigarda's Aid. Another Paladin. That's fine. They equip that. Then we'll pass here. We don't want them drawing another aid because that's just like too much card draw for them. We'll 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna Whir here for 2, and we'll pay. I guess we just get another Shredder. Get a Needle. Yeah, we definitely have to play faster here though. So we just Whirred for Shredder. There's an Ornithopter. Can't let them have that because that gets under bridge here. Memnite's fine. Draw a land we don't care about. There's a Shredder. Get our 4th one. We're just gonna go to town on them. I'm gonna kill this, pay twice, and then we're just gonna start milling them out. But we definitely have to play a little faster. I'm just gonna keep like repeating that self. It helps me. Okay, wow, they conceded. That's very fortunate for us because they could have made us mill them out and then time would not have been on our side there. There's a lot to think about with that matchup. It's just very, I don't know, it's tough, I'd say. We want 2 pushes. They might just be, so this is like mono white Hammer, so they might just be bringing in like marches and stuff, but we want these 4. This will protect against march and like path for Urza. We don't need Spellbomb. So let's bring in these 4. We definitely want these 4. Can't think of anything else we'd want. I mean, we could always like Necromentia Hammer, but that's, I don't know how good that is. Thoughtseize, just because they empty their hand so quickly. I think we try this. I like this. We'll try this hand. It has 2 lands, Lantern, Ramp, Bauble for color just in case. But if they go turn 1 Esper Sentinel, it's kind of annoying. They go Gondra. Yep, Esper Sentinel, so annoying. We don't have any colored sources, but it's okay. They are going to get the draw, unfortunately, because we have to play some stuff out. At least we get to play Bauble out and pass. This is such an annoying card on the play when our deck is just all low to the ground spells. Sigarda's Aid. I was going to say we could be as dead as this turn, but luckily we have Prismatic Ending. All right. Glimmer Void. Prismatic Ending, Esper Sentinel. We cannot pay 11 mana, so they will draw that, and that's all we can do. That's how fast this deck can win. Just like, imagine if they had like Inkmoth Nexus, they just would have won. Well, there you go. So now they win next turn, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I guess we pop this. Because they can just activate Inkmoth Nexus. Yeah, we just lose. We'll play it out though. I'll just play quickly. So what they do is they activate Inkmoth Nexus. This goes on the stack. They choose Hammer. Hammer swings in and they just hit us for 10 lethal. I just want to see it. So they tap 1, they float it. Oh, I mean, they can just... Do they just have a Paladin? Or they just have... Oh, okay. They could win many ways. Yeah, so that's how fast that deck could be. So let's run it back. Hopefully this will be better. And that's why this deck's so good. It's just so fast. So yes, we'd like to be on the play here. This hand is fine. So we have Spellskite. We have Ramp, Hand Disruption. We don't have any colored mana for the Inquisition though. This hand's a lot better. We'll keep this. Put back Shredder. We just have so much removal. Let's play Pithing Needle turn 1 just to... Well, name Colossus Hammer and pass. So there's a couple things you can name. This is kind of presumptuous. You could also name like Inkmoth Nexus, But if they play Esper Sentinel, then it just gets annoying. And we have so much removal, so we'll get our Saga going. Hopefully they don't Sigarda's Aid into Hammer here. Another Sentinel. Okay, they attack for 1. Pithing Needle. Probably naming Urza Saga, which we don't really care about. We can always ending this if we want. Oh, Codex Shredder. Okay, that's fine. We can always ending that. Lantern of Insight. So we're going to just hold up Saga activations here. They play their own Urza Saga, which we could have guessed because if they didn't have one, they might have named Saga with it. They go get a Cranial Plating. They don't attack. We make a construct. We draw a lantern. I guess we just make another one. And then we will get, I think it's worth it to get Codex Shredder and we'll attack here. I think it's worth it to get Codex Shredder here because we have ending for this and we have our lanterns here. It also could have been right to float mana and kind of empty our hand. But we're going to like push and prismatic ending the tokens talisman. So they can make, if they make a construct here, it'll be a 4/4. Let's attack. So we're going to push this. Man, they get to draw so much. I think we pay, as sad as it is. Maybe they have Mana Tithe. Oh my god, we got Mana Tithe for real? The one time we actually pay. That feels bad. All right, this is like that bullshit Mana Tithe stuff. All right, they get to make another construct here. Shit, that's really annoying. And they get Shadow Spear, equip Shadow Spear to maybe one of these. Oh my god, they have Paladin. That's annoying. We don't have the lands for bridges and stuff too. This is all kind of like a rough spot here. So now they get to draw a bunch here. So we have to ending this construct and we're not going to pay because we have to do some stuff with our hand here. Inquisition them. Nettle Cyst, Cranial Plating, Hammer. So Cranial Plating can go at instant speed. They need black. Hammer is the most threatening. Both of these are just terrible. Saga gets Hammer. I guess we take Hammer here because they can just do all this bullshit. And I guess we'll pass. Rough here, man. Play Saga. Play Nettle Cyst. So they get to draw a lot and they get the free equips. So it's just like all bad news here. We need Bridge immediately. We're not going to beat all this though. Their hand was just too good. And they got to draw a lot of cards with Esper Sentinel. Yeah. We're going to keep this hand. It has Urza Saga, Shredder, some removal, and some hand disruption. So it's pretty good. We will start with an Inquisition. Oh boy. Oh boy. We're going to take Spell Pierce. We will Prismatic ending this. And then these are kind of whatever. So hopefully they're most likely going to play Ragavan and pass. They're going to play Spire Bluff into Ragavan. I can't see them doing anything else. There we go. Nice. And that's a pretty good draw. It's our white source, so that way we don't have to lose life here. So we will ending this, play Shredder, and pass. The hard part about this matchup is we don't want to mill them until we get like a bridge out, just because they have Murktide and most likely Dragon's Rage Channeler, so filling up their graveyard is dangerous. Expressive. We'll actually start milling ourselves because we have Academy Ruins. Oh, well, that didn't stop where I wanted it to. Bauble, milled, Inquisition. Let's see if they drew what they drew with that. All right, Dragon's Rage Channeler. We'll take that. Got Urza Saga and pass. So we're going to take Channeler there. The Bolt can kill one of the constructs, which is kind of annoying. Ugh, they drew another one. Jeez. All right, their hand is, I think this, just a bunch of lands, and the Channeler is already Delirious. So we'll play out Academy here. I guess we'll start making constructs. They will bolt one of them, but it's fine. Play out the Fiery Islet. Get him for 3. At least if they're bolting this, they are not bolting face, which would increase the clock. All right, so we'll make another construct here. They can bolt this whenever. It's only going to be a 3, but they choose to do it now. But it will be a 4 if we after we get our lantern here. So we could get a lantern. I think we're going to get a lantern. I don't think it's worth it to get Spell Bomb here. Counterspell. Counterspell. Do we care about Counterspell? This is going to, I guess we do, just because we want to War for Bridge. So we get a Counterspell, mill a Counterspell. Either way, it was going to happen. We kind of have to keep them off creatures, I guess. This has to attack no matter what. If we can start growing our stuff, we're going to win the clock. We're going to win the fight here. The race, I assume. Especially if they, oh, geez. I always forget I have it on the draw step just because I haven't had it on draw step in a while because I only have it for this deck. Play out a land. So we just want to get as many artifacts on the field as possible. Ugh, that's annoying. Sadly, we have to mill that away. We're going to Whir for 1 at the end of their turn and make them counterspell, I guess. Ragavan Dash. I guess we knew they had that. They're going to hit a Bauble. Is there anything we can put on top that... No. Let's put Lantern back on top because we don't care if they have Lantern. But we won't win the race if they do this. They might just play it to get Channeler activations. Charm. God. They just have so many good cards against us. So their last card is Counterspell, which sucks for us. I'm definitely going to mill this, though. We don't want them having charm here. Prismatic ending is pretty good. Man, we're stuck between like, we have to attack. We like can't attack through this. We're just gonna lose because they have bolt. We're stuck here. There's nothing we can do. Especially because they have counterspell. They draw the bolt. So they have counterspell, land, Ragavan. They attack. Yep. Yeah, we're kind of screwed here. We got to draw this ending here. But they're thinking they're gonna counter it. Just play out Ragavan. Okay. We need to I guess draw the counterspell out. This will eat the counterspell, and then we can ending Dragon's Rage Channeler, and then hopefully maybe come back. I don't know. It's not looking too good. So they surveil for 1. They keep it. Oh, it's Spell Pierce. Okay, we're gonna draw that. That's fine. I guess we ending that. We're gonna let them draw Spell Pierce. We don't really care about that. It might bite us in the ass later, but right now it's less threatening than a threat. So they have Spell Pierce and something in hand. I can't remember. I think it's a land or bolt. It's bolt. They have Spell Pierce and a bolt in hand. We'll mill this island. Inquisition. We'll take the Inquisition because it's gonna force them to bolt us, or just use both of their cards. So they're gonna bolt us and Spell Pierce it probably. So no, we won't pay. Consider can be a problem. We just have to pass. They have no cards in hand. Archmage's Charm. Ugh. So we have to like mill in response to that because they're gonna want to draw that. Bauble. They probably put Bauble in the yard. Dragon's Rage Channeler again. No, not like this. So we're gonna have to look for, I guess, our third ending or a bridge. It sucks we haven't seen any bridges. So we're gonna mill this land, shuffle, and see if we can hit something. That's something. We get a spell bomb. This is like a dead card, unfortunately. So we'll wait till this attacks. I guess it doesn't matter because we have to block this anyway. Kind of wish we had. I'm really missing Cookbook here, like in all these leagues, just to gain life, empty our hand. Because these are all like dead draws here. So we have to eat their graveyard, pay 1 black to draw a card here. Another land. We have to block Monkey, take 1, and we draw. God, okay. We can't even put anything important back on the top of our deck. All right, little rough matchup. Let's see what we can bring in. We can bring in Dolthy, Fatal Push. Do we want Spellskite? We want Hearse for their graveyard. I don't think we need Spellskite. Spellskite is for just bolts, maybe Archmage's Charms. We'll bring in Pithing Needle for explosives. That's definitely something. But we want all this removal and disruption. I don't know, let's see. Definitely want pushes. Dolthy, which can die to bolt, but it's still annoying for them. And then Hearse. Thought Seizes can come out. Because they're going to empty their hand pretty quickly. And as long as we can get a bridge down, the Inquisitions take care of all the counter spells. We should have like a Shredder, a Bauble, Talisman, maybe Pixis. Just kind of be more controlly. We don't have to go hardcore lock just because they have so many angles of attacks. All right, this is a 1-lander. And it's not even a colored source, so we can't keep. All right, this is a lot better. We'll put back a Glimmer Void. We can't play that yet. We'll play this out and pass. We might either play Academy next turn, or we could play Academy and pass, or play Glimmer Void into Thopter Foundry and hope that they don't do something. Hopefully this isn't a Ragavan. Okay. Yeah, we'd much rather this be a Channeler here. They play Bauble, put Heat in the graveyard. Another Bauble. Probably look at us. One at them, one at us. The first one's at us, and the second one's at them. Double Bauble trigger. And we draw Pixis. Okay, that's solid. So play out Glimmer Void, play out Pixis, and pass here. So we can hold up Fatal Push. We could Fatal Push this now, or we can wait for Monkey. I just don't know what they're gonna... Because if they play Channeler and then they dash Monkey here, I'd rather... Or Shredder, even. I think I'd rather hit the Shredder. Wow, they just have a friggin' Murktide. Jesus, okay. Well, just a 4/4, I guess. Not the craziest thing. But we'll use our mana up and we'll push that. Darkslick Shores. All right, we'll play out Thopter Foundry here. And next turn we'll play out Urza. Hopefully they tap out Consider. Okay. I'm assuming they wouldn't be doing this if they had lands. So I'm pretty sure they're looking for lands. Oh, well, they put one in the yard. So I don't know what maybe they think they just have like Spell Pierce and that's good enough. They get him for 4. We do get to play Urza next turn, which is pretty cool. If we could get the combo, that'd be pretty sweet. All right, while they're tapped out, we're going to slam Urza here. Make a medium construct and pass. This is pretty good too. I don't know what they have, but are they just gonna Unholy Heat or bolt the construct? Okay. Tap it for blue just to be consistent. We could make a Thopter here with Pixis, but I don't want to do that right now. We could always get it back with Academy also. Expressive Iteration. They're digging. They probably just want to get Delirium, to be honest. And if they have Unholy Heat in hand, they can just kill Urza, which is why we want to Inquisition them as soon as possible. Damn. They have Delirium. I guess they just had to put Iteration in the graveyard. Now they swing in for 7. And they throw it back to us. We are not drawing well. Inquisition. Probably a counterspell. They have to have like something. Dress down. We'll tap these. We're going to just spin Urza. but we have to do it before dress down resolves or else we get hosed here. What do they have? Jeez. Okay. So we'd love a... Oh, fuck. I'm stupid. No. Okay, well... Okay, let's make this now. I don't know. We can always get it back with Academy. And yeah, for some reason, I don't know why I was thinking... I just like overlooked that. That was a huge mistake. But it would have... Yeah, we should have just spun. I don't know why I didn't do it immediately. I was thinking we'd still be fine. So we'll throw it back there. They play an island. What's their hand again? It's just all Murktide, and they drew a Ledger Shredder. And they can just play another Murktide Regent. So it's just pretty much bridge or bust at this point. We can't even put anything back with Academy. Yeah, and I don't think spinning would have... I mean, if we spun into bridge, that's probably the only chance we have. Or that would be the only chance we have. Especially because this is going to grow Murktide regardless. So we're going to chump here. They better not have drawn a bolt. Oh my god, they drew the heat. Tell me this gets... Oh my god. All right, well, let's say, would we have drawn it? No, and then we spin? No. Okay. That's a really rough matchup. All right, let's see if these games will be any better. I like this hand. We have Saga here, we have Ruins, and we have some ramp. Bridge is always nice to have, and some hand disruption, so we'll keep this. All right, opponent kept 7 also. We'll lead out on Spire here and pass. We can't play... If we had a bauble, we'd be able to Thought Seize here, but sadly we don't. Oh no, opponent knows us. They said, hey Mike, I think we've chatted on the prison Discord some. Oh, we're up against Tron. This hand's terrible against Tron. So we'll play bauble out and we'll Thought Seize them. Jesus. So this is prison Tron. I think we're gonna take... So Chalice on 1 wrecks us. Karn wrecks us. Mystic Forge wrecks us. But I think because we don't have any 1-drops right now, I think we're just going to take Karn because Karn is probably the best for them. Forge off the top also does a lot. We could take Forge and just try to beat down, but then they just do... These are both really good cards against us, and we can't do anything about them. I'm going to take Forge here because we have Saga, we can get tokens, and Academy Ruins doesn't do anything. They play Chalice on 1, that's expected, yeah. They eat our Thoughtseize here. So we're going to hold Bauble just because we want larger constructs. And we're just going to make some constructs and hopefully beat down. So we'll send it back. They played out other lands. They played out like everything we know. They're sitting on Karn, but we drew a Codex Shredder. It's going to make a lot of constructs here. And we will get we'll get Karn here. So we could name Karn, name Saga. So they can't make, I think we just name Karn, play it safe. We're going to hold Academy. Maybe they want to pop this, but they might keep it just to make their constructs bigger. So attack for 4 here and send it back. I think it's the safest thing. It'll force them to make constructs, I guess. We do have Bridge, but their deck goes way over the top of ours, so Bridge isn't going to be as effective. We do get to play out a Talisman. And we get to play out Bridge into... Oh, Thopter Foundry is pretty good, actually. Play out Academy here. So we can play out play out Talisman here, and then we'll play out Thopter Foundry. Make some big boys. Are they going to chump? No, they just go to 4. I wonder what they're going to get with their Urza Saga. They're going to crack Relic here? Come on, crack Relic. Nice. Okay. Some desperation stuff. I don't see why not. I mean, we do have the Academy, but we don't have anything in our graveyard anyway. Let's see. So they should make another... They'd probably make a token here. We know they have Karn in hand. End of turn, we're probably going to eat the Bauble because that's artifact neutral here. Okay, they're going to float. They could needle a Thopter Foundry. Oh, they just get a map for Tron. Duh. All right, they're going to go get the mine for sure. Now they have Tron. They have 7 mana. What can they do with it? Play a Karn. Okay. So Karn's just good. They have their own bridge. Okay. Karn's good in general against our deck. Damn, so they got the bridge. We have another Shredder. Between a rock and a hard place here. I don't really want to play out our own bridge because if we could get rid of their bridge, so I guess we'll just pass. We definitely need like prismatic ending or some ways to, we need like filter our draw step like Lantern or a Shredder, but we have, so they get another Saga there. That's kind of boring. Another bridge, okay. So they have Walking Ballista, which I don't think we win here. This is kind of like the premium prison deck, I'd say, over this one. This is kind of the, yeah, so I told him, I feel like we're playing budget prison. Like there's nothing we can do. So Karn shuts off our entire deck. They have Chalice on 1 for all our 1-drops. They have Walking Ballista to shoot us. They're just gonna, yeah, there's nothing we could do. They play out Walking Ballista for 6, right? So we'd have to name Karn and Ballista here. So we'll bring in the other Pithing Needle. Damping Sphere. Here's a Necromentia. We'll bring in Necromentia here. Voidwalker could be cool. Void Mirror is cool. That's not good. They have their own ensnaring bridges, so Maybe we'll play one just to get with Whir. The graveyard doesn't really matter. Let's see what this looks like. We'll bring this in like a bauble and a shredder. All right, let's see if we can do any better this time. Turn 1, nothing. Turn 2, Dolthy. Like Dolthy's not even like this hand doesn't seem very good. We're gonna mull. This hand's a lot better. We'll put back Whir. We don't have any artifacts to keep Glimmer Void alive, unfortunately. So we're gonna lead off on Spire. Hopefully we have to draw like some kind of artifacts here. Put on Mulligan to 5, maybe that'll help us a little bit. We're gonna need a lot of help. They start with the Gemstone Caverns. Jeez. And they exile. What? I feel like they have like natural Tron over there. So apply our Spire and pass. They probably have like a map already. Spells Chalice on 1. Okay. Because that's what we're gonna ending. Play out our Saga and pass. Hopefully they don't have a lot. But like turn 1 Chalice against us is pretty big deal. They said, isn't Chalice on 1 half the deck? Yes, it is. Trinisphere? Oh my god. Trinisphere. Chalice into Trinisphere. I feel like this feels like Legacy. This is crazy. Let's see what we want to do. We'll just do this. We can play the land like a smart person. Nice. Okay. Ensnaring Bridge. Okay. So we can make a construct token. It'll be a 2/2 into a 3/3, can't attack. And then next turn we can get rid of the Ensnaring Bridge. I think that's fine because we just want a floating clock here. There's a lot we can get here. We can needle. There's so many things. Let's Lantern and just... Lantern seems so weak though because we don't have Shredder. But at least it gets into play. We don't know what's in their hand though. They're stuck on... We'll get Lantern, I think. We can see what they're drawing. We're going to play this tapped because... well, it comes in untapped, but we can't play anything anyway. Hopefully the Trinisphere like stops them a little bit. They play the Inventor's Fair. Please don't have Karn. Oh my god. No. Their hand is just like gross. Jeez, man. They uptick. Okay, so we're going to white, blue, kill Ensnaring Bridge. Now we can attack Karn. We can play this tapped because we can't play anything because of Trinisphere and we'll pass. We can't play these because of Chalice. This can go get something. Oh, they paid 3 for that, but that's funny actually. I wish we could like play something here. Necromentia. We could Necromentia a Tron land or Karn. Let's just attack first. We're gonna let them draw the power plant because that doesn't do anything. Mindstone doesn't do anything. Actually, let's Necromentia Mystic Forge because that's the only thing this can get. This is 6, and then next turn, let's just do this now because if they Inventor's Fair for it, we don't really care if they hit Tron. The best thing they can get is Mystic Forge here. Oh, they could get Bridge actually. All right, I guess we'll name Bridge. 2 more bridges left. Did they get I mean, they could always get Mystic Forge and hope to get something off the top of their deck, even though they were drawing dead there. Karn, Crucible of Worlds, Buried Ruin. All right, other than that, it's pretty... Man, 3 Sorcerer's Spyglass? That is a... No. Actually, we don't really care about that. That's a dead draw. Wow, I think we actually got there. We play out Bauble and we win. Play Bauble. Wow, I can't believe we got there. Good for us. Not too shabby. Is there anything we want to bring in? They bring in a lot of hate, that's for sure. I guess this is fine. We'll run it back. I really don't know what else, if you guys can think of anything else to bring in here. All right, game 3, we'll definitely keep this hand. We have Saga. We have Ending for any hate. We have Needle. We're going to run out. I guess we'll run out this. Hopefully this slows them down. Expedition map. I know you guys see me like looking over my microphone to try and see my keyboard, and then we'll pass. This is why Tron is generally a bad matchup for this deck. Tron's probably like one of the worst matchups for this deck just because they have a million things to name with needle effects that we can... You know what? No, we couldn't ending on... I was going to say, maybe we should have ending that. Oh, wait, we could have... Yeah, maybe that... Okay. We should have Seacrum Coast just ending that. That was maybe the safer thing because this could name anything. I don't know why I didn't think of that. I feel like I'm being so cautious with ending, but now we can ending Chalice here. But now we have White Source. But what sucks is we have to use 2 different kinds of mana so it doesn't get countered and pass. They've had Chalice on 1, turns 1 and 2 both games. Spyglass, sure. Bet you $1 million they're going to name Shredder. And they name Codex Shredder, as expected. They play out another map. Wow, good name for us, huh? We'll play out Saga, and we will play out these Shredders just to grow our constructs, and we'll yield. So we're going to be looking to play out Inventor's Fair next turn, play out Urza. I mean, it's almost tempting to... We might actually not play out Urza. I think I want to hold up mana for these constructs here, actually. If they don't draw well, we could get lucky. Ballista for 1. We gain a life. We could get there. Get another life here. Let's get... We'll get Pithing Needle. We'll Only Walking Ballista. Play out Academy Ruins. We'll attack for 6. We actually have a clock going too. So if they don't draw anything, I don't know if they're looking for lands, but if they don't draw anything within like 2 turns, then we get there. So they gain 1 life. They drew land. They drew Forge. Okay. This is how they get back in the game. They can just start slamming stuff. They put Ballista in the graveyard and hit nothing. Okay. We gain a life. So let's slam Urza here. Make another construct. We can actually start spinning too. Play Seacrum Coast tapped. Attack for 14. We're going to make it so they can't even exile the top card of their library, else they'll lose too much life. They chump with Walking Ballista. We will spin here. Hopefully hit something sick. We should have not played the land too, because if we hit a land, okay. Play out Bauble. They do exile Spellskite. Okay. We'll just yield. They have to brick for 1 more turn. They play the land. We need them to brick for 1 turn. 1 turn. Come on. They exile Trinisphere. Come on. Come on. Come on. They're tapping mana. Ballista for 1. No, they found it. Oh man, that's so annoying. They found the bridge. I guess we're gonna crack Bauble now because they're gonna draw that too. Lantern. Play out Dolphy. I guess we just spin. I don't know what we're looking for though. We definitely need a prismatic ending. Another Mystic Forge. I mean, I guess we can play Void Mirror out. Ugh, Karn. No, we had it too. Yeah, we were so close. So if they Spyglass, they up to Karn. If they Spyglass, Urza, this is a dead draw. All right, I guess we'll spin. Tap all these, shuffle and spin. Hit a Bauble. We should have been, I guess, spinning at upkeep. All right, we'll spin again. We hit a land. Yeah, we're not getting out of this. We'll spin 1 more time. Thoughtseize. Ugh. Yeah, I think we can just like concede because we have to ending too many things. Man, we were so close. They needed to break 1 card. Very unfortunate. So far, we've been pretty close with these 1-2s, but all right, final match. I'm gonna keep this hand. We have Saga, Academy's pretty good. We have all colorless cards, so we don't need any rainbow lands right this second. And we have Lantern and Millifex too, so it's pretty good. We play Valakut tapped. So this could be Scapeshift, Amulet Titan. This could be a number of things. Bridge could be good, but we'll just die to like Valakut triggers, so not really. So we'll play out Academy Ruins and we'll see what they have on top. Better understand what we're up against. Another Valakut. Play out our Bauble here. Or at least we're drawing another land here and we'll pass. So they'll probably draw Valakut and just play it immediately. So this is the new Temur Scapeshift deck that's kind of been popularized. I don't think we have anything for this. We just have to like keep them off the combo, but we don't have any hand disruption right now. Hopefully we can draw some and kind of mill off the important cards in their deck. Iteration's pretty good for them. So we're probably going to mill that card. They tap 2, they untap, and then they pass the turn. So this, I'm pretty sure this deck doesn't even run Titan. So Bridge is kind of useless, but we do want that. Oh, now we have Thopter Foundry, which is actually pretty good. I'm going to play out Saga here, and we will play out Shredder and then play out Pixis. So they're thinking of remanding this. That's fine. So now they draw Iteration. All right, so we're definitely going to Shredder away the Scapeshift. So this will go to the graveyard. They draw a Dryad, which is kind of not good for us. We want to draw prismatic endings for these Dryads. So they draw the Dryad. I don't know if like we should start cracking these. I feel like I want to save Bauble because I want our constructs to be large to try and race, I guess. I'm not sure. So they're going to Expressive here. Get a land with Bolt on top. We don't care about Bolt. I think we're going to try and race. They don't have any acceleration, which is pretty good. Usually they have like Growth Spiral and stuff like that. Another Valakut. So they're just going to play that tapped, sure. And they put in the graveyard a land, or I don't know. Okay, so we'll draw the Thopter Foundry here. Play Darkselect Shores, and we're going to pass. We're going to try to just make some large constructs. Ren and 6. I'm not sure if we want them to have that or not. The question is like, do they have a lot of lands in hand? So Ren and 6 is important to them. Well, they fetched it away, so I guess it wasn't important to them. Growth Spiral. So that'll ramp them. So we're going to mill Tribeller here for Bolt. Okay. I mean, we could just lose to just a Scapeshift in a turn or 2. So they draw the Scalding Tarn. Probably put a Scalding Tarn into play. A lot of hard matchups for this deck. And this is a fringe deck for the most part, and it's definitely not favored for us because we have no way of dealing with Valakut until we get a lock. Usually we have some kind of like soft prison aspect, but not here. So they play out their Dryad. We'll make a construct here. We might even have to like mill ourselves until we get... they play the extra land for turn. Oh, I thought this was the end of their turn. That's my mistake. I thought it was at the end and then we make it because then they can't do this. I mean, they would just hit us in the face for 9. If we don't get a prismatic ending We can't even cast Prismatic Ending. We have nothing against this deck. We'll just waste Bauble now too. Not waste it, but we'll just use it just because we don't have any, our constructs aren't going to survive. Mill land, Whir doesn't do it either. We draw, we're just going to float a mana here. Cannot really do much. Needle doesn't do anything, Spellbomb doesn't do anything. Depending on what they have in hand, I mean, I guess we'll just get a Shredder. Play out the Lantern. What sucks is that we have to like mill lands because lands just do, these do just so much damage. They do 9 damage per land. So we'll Pix us here, which is like crazy. Okay, Remand is good. We are totally fine with Remand here. But we're definitely going to be milling ourselves looking for Prismatic Ending. There's a land. They have to have like another land though. We just don't want it to be a fetch land. If it's a fetch land, we just lose. They have a run in 6. God damn it. All right, we just lose then. They just get a Misty, play Misty, 3/6/9. Yeah, there's nothing we can do. This is a really, really hard matchup. I think the only thing we have is like Necromentia. And I guess we'll bring in Dolthy. We have Needle just for Ren. We'll bring in Welding Jar and Spellskite because we know they have like Force and Negation and stuff like that. So that's just going to make our life a lot harder. We'll board out the bridges. We'll keep one in for Whir, but they're not attacking. They're just hitting us for 3 each time with Valakut. Hearse could be something with Ren. Maybe we'll have like 1 Hearse. Needle for Ren. Actually, let's just bring in 2 needles because we can always name like a fetch land and Ren. So bring in Necromentia and all the protection here. We'll board out Ramp here, Pixis, Shredder, and we'll try that. So for this matchup, we have to get the lock immediately because we have nothing to protect us against once they get lands into play and the Valakut triggers. The only way we can kill the Dryad is with Prismatic Ending or just combo off and gain enough infinite life here. Yes, we'd like to be on the play. Great hand, no lands, so we're gonna mull. So we're gonna keep this. It has Prismatic Ending, and I really don't want to go to 5. It has all our colors. It has like a little bit of everything. Saga to go get Codex Shredder. It doesn't have any artifact protection. So we'll start with Seacrum Coast into Lantern and see what they have on top. Fetch land. Saga can also go get Pithing Needle, depending on what they draw. There's Scapeshift. We just have like nothing for this. We need to either draw Hand Disruption before they cast it or mill it, but we're not going to be able to mill it in time. They play Forest and Pass. I guess they want to draw that, so they're not going to play a Fetch Land. There's a Thoughtseize. That's pretty good. So I'll play out Saga, get that going, and then just play out Lantern. So at least we can Thoughtseize this away. Either this or Dryad. But we'll probably Thoughtseize that and then Prismatic Ending the Dryad. It's looking like a Growth Spiral here. Chalice on 1. Interesting. Okay. So if that's all they're doing, I'll just make constructs and save Prismatic Ending for Dryad, I guess. We could always Prismatic Ending this and then Thoughtseize the Dryad away. I wasn't expecting Chalice on 1. I wasn't expecting Chalice. I guess they probably run like 3 Chalices in the board. This deck just like, their sideboard just hoses our deck. Slowly realizing. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we'll make a construct here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another Dryad here. All right, we're going to try to take a turn off and we'll ending this in a little bit. We'll just get a Shredder. Play Dark Slick Shores and swing in. Like Chalice is good against us, but we also have Urza Saga. Also, we're going to let them draw that if they want because they already have a Scapeshift in hand. So they're waiting. I guess they're waiting to Scapeshift for these to get the mountains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if they have a Remand in hand. They might. I think their hand's like 2 Scapeshifts and something. We'll just make them mill that Remand. Another Scapeshift. We're going to try to ending this and see what happens. If they have a Remand, we just lose. We're going to play this island out. I wanted to Shredder that. I don't know why. I must have skipped through that. All right, we'll see if this resolves. I have a feeling it won't. The only way they counter this... Actually, okay. Yeah, so they have 2 Scapeshifts and a Fire Ice in hand. That's what it is. Somehow we got there. Okay, I don't know why we didn't bring in the Fatal Pushes either. That's stupid of me. We need all the removal we can get. So let's board out. Fatal. We definitely want Fatal Pushes. I'm going to board out the other bridge. They're really not attacking. If they're attacking us, like good for them. And I'm going to board out I'll board out the other Talisman too, because we don't need to be as fast. We do need to be like a little faster with our early drops. All right, so this hand has 4 lands and really nothing going on otherwise. So we're going to mull. We will keep this hand. It doesn't have any colored source for Inquisition, but it does have Shredder and Lantern. We'll put back Whir. We don't really want to see this card until kind of mid to late game. That's when we have all our mana. Valakut tapped. We'd like to draw something for Inquisition here. We'd like to draw okay, well, not that. I guess we'll just play Academy into Lantern and Bauble. This is something. So this deck has Engineered Explosives, Boseiju, Force of Vigor. It's crazy. So at least next turn we get to, if they don't play that this turn, we get to Inquisition it. They play it for 0. Interesting. I wonder why they played it for 0. Like the only thing is like Constructs, but I don't think, I'm just going to keep this out. 1 is like a million times better. I wonder if that was like a misclick or something. Unless they're just like deathly afraid of Saga tokens. There's Needle. So we can Needle Explosives too. So let's play out our Spire here. Inquisition. Hopefully take a Dryad here. Or a Hate Piece. They can't remand. So they either bolt us or just like let us see. Nice. Okay. So they have a Scapeshift and lands in hand. They don't really have anything. I'll play Shredder out. I'm sure they wish they put this on 1. Fire Nice. Ketria. I mean, they will get us at some point. All right, we'll draw this. We're going to Needle Explosives here. And then we're going to play out Saga and get the beatdowns on. All right, that's fine. They're just doing that to draw a card. They don't have Boseiju in hand, right? Yeah, no. So I'll name EE, play out Saga token. They have Fire and Ice in hand. This is tough. We need to mill ourselves to get a Thoughtseize for Scapeshift. That's where kind of our priority lies here. Because I don't think we're going to be able to beat down before they get all their land drops, which is like 3 turns. Okay. So what sucks is that we'll do this at the end of their turn because they're going to ice to draw that, and then we're going to Inquisition that. That should come in tapped. We'll do this end of turn. They will ice us. We can also just draw it. If we let them draw that, then we're going to mill this, so then they would do that and draw it anyway. So we'll target them. They're going to ice something. They didn't ice. Wow. I'm going to shred ourselves because we don't want to draw Fatal Push. Fury, I guess, is annoying, actually. Now that I think about it. So they want to draw Fury here. Did we put out all our bridges? We did. Okay, so we should have been more conscious of the Fury. I mean, I guess we can like stall here. I guess we'll see. We'll pass back, and then they will just Fury. I don't even know. We're not really drawing much. They'll probably play this untapped and start attacking in. But if they do play this, our constructs should be large enough. Oh, I guess they're going to hold out here. 1, 2, 3. I mean, our constructs are large enough to where Fury doesn't even do it. So we'll make a construct end of turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're close. Probably got a mill. Don't think we need ending. I guess we'll take the other land because we're going to be down a land anyway. So we'll push this. Or we'll make a construct. Go get... I guess we'll get another Shredder. Necromentia. So if they let us untap, we still can't cast it, actually. It'll scare them, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They definitely have lands in play. I should have been keeping track of what they have, keeping better track. See if I mill a land, what do they get? Expressive. I guess Expressive. They have to have another land, right? If they Expressive, they can Expressive for a land and then Scapeshift anyway. We're at 19, though. Something to be cognizant of. Only damage we've taken has been from Spire. Stomping Ground, untapped. But they have to do it this turn. Well, we can't Necromentia anyway. I guess in the end, it was smart of them to put EE on 0 for the beatdowns. They can't even Fury. They can't cast Fury. They can only evoke Fury here, so that doesn't do it. They cycle with Triome to draw Ren. They conceded. Wow. I can't believe that. They were at 6 lands, and even Scapeshift wouldn't get there because we're at 19. So they'd hit us to 1. So we just had to make sure Dryad wasn't on the field, and it made their life a lot harder. And they showed us their hand. We knew what their hand was. All right, Urza Lantern Control. What do we think about this? Still in the current meta. It's still Lantern Control. It's gonna steal games. I felt like every game that we won, aside from like maybe 1 or 2 of the Dredge games, it just felt like an uphill battle the whole time. Like no matter how far, if we're ahead, we just have to like keep pushing and pushing. There's never really a time where you can stop. Unless we get like the hard lock, which in this meta is really tough with Prismatic Ending, Karn, Chalice on 1, etc., etc. Let's talk about the Urza package here. So we have Sword of the Meek, Thopter Foundry, and Urza. The times that we drew it was like fine. It was like pretty good just because Urza's an like innately powerful card. We did get the win against Dredge with Sword of the Meek and Thopter, which was pretty cool. We never got to go infinite. It's pretty hard to do that in this meta, especially with like this kind of deck. We never got like the full lock and then kind of drew into this combo. Most of the games we won were on the back of just the general strategy of Shredder, Lantern, and Bridge protection. And then Whir of Invention did not feel good. It's very greedy in this deck. You definitely felt it. We were able to cast it a few times and it was good, but it was mid to late game. The game had kind of already been decided here and there for the most part. So unless we're like turboing this out, I think talismans and other things, it's kind of slow. especially in this greedy mana base where we're running Urza Sagas and some basics here, and then colorless sources with Inventus Fair and Academy. It makes it a lot harder to cast Whir. So some changes that we might consider making would be either going back to Abzan, because we did feel the missing Ancient Stirrings, just kind of like the dig. The dig is so important to try and find the lock pieces. Something else to try would be maybe even going harder into Urza, adding more of this combo right here and kind of going less with maybe the removal and hoping that to kind of get here with either a lock piece here or just the Thopter Foundry combo with Urza. So there's two aspects there. And then a third would be maybe adding Karn the Great Creator. We've had two of him in previous videos, iterations that you can find in my Lantern playlists. Karn's great. We ran into Hammer. We ran into Prison Tron. So those two, Karn would have been great into those two decks. And then for the sideboard, it was like fine. I'm sure it's definitely not the greatest sideboard. It can always be like workshopped. Lantern has a lot of flexible spots. You definitely want some like Spellskite, and I like Dolthy. I like Push for small creatures and stuff like that. You can kind of pick and choose if you really think you need Hearse or Torp Orb. It kind of ebbs and flows with the meta. So yeah, overall, Lantern is still Lantern. If you enjoy this kind of deck, I'd say keep jamming it. Hopefully you get better results than these 2-3s and 3-2s that we've been getting. They were close games though. Really close games, I thought. Not all of them were complete stomps. So they could have definitely gone either way. We almost beat that Prison Tron, and we could have turned it in another match for sure. So yeah, that'll do it for me. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Peace.